Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, I am Psychic Bella Love, and you can always book your own personal and private reading with me on my website, psychicbellalove.com. All that will be linked down below. Make sure you are subscribed because I do put out videos every week, and we will resume going live on Saturdays in April. I will post to the community tab when we do. So I wanted to take a look at what the heck is going on with Cardi B, I'm sorry, I always call her Carlos, with her second album, because at this point, I'm like, what has it been, like 100 years since you put out the first one? And I know that, there's kind of been a lot of, is she ever going to put it out, and what's going to happen with it? And at this point, anything else that she's put out, people aren't really super into unless she's like writing off in the back of somebody else. So let's see what Spirit and the cards have to say about it. And while I shuffle the cards up, let me just tell y'all that if you want to join my Patreon, that is the only place where I do requested videos at the appropriate tier. We also have weekly lives. I post most days per week in there. And we talk about the Illuminati, history, religion, all that kinds of stuff. All of that content is exclusive to my Patreon, and I don't ever post it anywhere else. Also, follow my backup channel because eventually we will be doing all of our live readings over there, and I'll have other content that I'll start posting on there next month. And my Instagram, all that information will be linked down below. And as of today, which is March 21st, there is only 2 days left that I have any openings on my website, psychicbellalove.com. It is the 30th and the 31st. You can use code MARCH for 35% off most appointments, or you can purchase 2 readings and get one free. And the buy 2, get 1 free, no coupon code is needed. It is listed on the services when you go to the site. So let's see, Spirit, what do you have for Miss Cardi B and the second album that is coming up? And while I was grabbing a drink, because this is one of the very few times that I'm able to actually sit in my kitchen and record, because, and be on camera, because I don't have the space anywhere else in the house to do so. And there's always like construction going on in my complex lately, where my kid is home, and so I can't lock him in his room so I can do these. That's not fair to him. So that's why I'm usually off camera right now. Fingers crossed that I get a place that has an office space, because we are going to be moving at some point soon. But anyways, while I was getting a glass of water, because I was pre-recording as many as I can before he comes back from his dad's house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I didn't have any calls scheduled for a couple hours, although I do have some that I gotta do later. And then we're also going live in my Patreon tonight. Spirit would say, so I was just thinking about, like, is she really even gonna try to bother to compete with Nikki at this point? Because, I know that there was always so much competition that, and waiting to see when is Nikki gonna drop, and then that's when I'll put mine out. And it was kind of like Nikki was just like, I don't have to drop anything, I got all the money in the world, nobody's pushing me to do anything, so sit and steam in your own pile right now, I'm cool. And what Spirit was saying is that basically, Atlantic knows that she is not going to compete with Nikki. There will be some hate streams and sales, as in, a lot of her fans are not really her fans, but they're more so, I don't like Nikki so much that I'm going to support Cardi instead kind of people, which is why, you know, McDonald's didn't do so well and why a lot of sales for certain things didn't go so well. And because people, you know, don't pay for things when they're only supporting you because they don't like somebody else. But when it comes down to it, I'm not going to reach in my wallet to do that. And so Spirit is saying, you know, they know there will be a few here and there, and they're kind of counting on that more so to recoup costs. But I've told y'all before, Lizzo and Jack Harlow and Don Toliver and Roddy Ricch and the other artists that they have on that label who are doing well are people that they're throwing their support behind, and she is not going to get the amount of support that she did get in the past. Whether that means playlisting and payola and, you know, the big push to make sure that she gets a Grammy award and all the other stuff, or should I say a scammy award, because come on, they're all bought and paid for or manipulated somehow into giving them to a certain person. She's not getting all of that the same way that she did in the past. And, you know, I've always said at some point Atlantic's going to want their money back. And usually for most artists, the money that they make back comes through touring, but that's something that she has yet to do. And so that's, you know, where the problem is. And this is the funny thing. She's going to try to get pregnant again instead of having to go on a tour and use that as another excuse as to why she can't, because she doesn't want to tour. Spirit's saying that she is very afraid of touring. She knows that, number one, you have all of these other bigger acts that are going on tour. Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Drake now. She's not going to be able to compete with them and sell out the same size, you know, arenas and whatnot that they are. And on top of it, it doesn't matter if it's, oh, well, I go on tour after they all already went on tour. People either already spent all their money on those tours and they don't have any left to spend on yours, or they're going to be comparing, well, last year, look at this person sold out, and aren't you supposed to be, you know, miss every single I put out for my first album went platinum and I made all this money and I'm so popular, but nobody's booking you for these stadiums and arenas. You're not able to go on a world tour. You don't have the support that you claimed that you had. And she knows there's going to be a lot of empty seats and a lot of canceled shows, unless she did a co-headlining tour with somebody who was bigger and more popular, but who's going to want to co-headline with her? So, and I mean, you know, once again, here's Atlantic showing up, holding on to the bag. We're not paying for everything that we did for you in the past. This is not looking good for her, you guys. And this is not coming from a place of hatred. I was very open-minded, you know, like like I've said before, if you want me to really care about anybody, talk to me about Whitney Houston, Tupac, Michael Jackson, Biggie, Aaliyah. Like, all my favorite artists aren't even alive anymore at this point. You know, Nicki, of course, is cool too, but you know, I'm just saying, like, I'm not have this vested interest in hating on anybody, nor do I care too much, because I'm just like, whatever, I don't listen to you, I don't listen to you. But I mean, it's really, we've got the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here. And Spirit saying this is in relation to the first singles of her putting them out. I feel like the City Girls are going to be doing better than she is. She's going to have to put something out, though. She's delayed this for so long with this Hermit and this Hangman card here. But it's also showing up that, you know, she's running out of money with the 6 of Pentacles. She does not have the amount of money that she claims that she does, because I know she likes to use that as her excuse. Well, I already made all my money. I'm not depending on music. It's not, you know, I just want to do it for fun now and all the excuses that she keeps giving, but Spirit's saying there's some real financial issues going on in that household and a need to try to make some of it back and make it up before it's too late. However, her waiting so long and not capitalizing off of the fame and the push and the support that she had when she did, her not developing her own fan base and counting on this feud to carry her career, her not doing a lot of these things that other artists do, like go on tours and do performances and constantly get out there and work, is coming back to really bite her in the butt. She's not going to find that she has the same support. And there's some real big problems happening in this marriage too. Obviously, Offset has been not working on his own. Let's be honest. When did he last really do anything and make some money other than that McDonald's deal that he had to do it with her? He's fighting with, QC about releasing music, which, by the way, Spirit is saying he's not going to win that lawsuit because he isn't, there was a settlement and there was an agreement of how things were supposed to be handled, and he has not abided by the rules of that contract. And so I do see him being held up and not being able to release music for quite a while. And then when he does, he's going to find the same lack of support that she does. But don't be surprised if we don't hear something about somebody popping up pregnant or there being some issues surrounding their family unit with this, because he's showing up as the King of Wands. We know what the King of Wands means in my deck if you watch me. Means somebody, a man that wants to go swing that wand around outside of the home and outside of his relationship and see where it lands. And then we've got the Devil card and the Six of Cups here. It could be that Offset is building another life outside of Carlos, and we're going to find out about him having a second family, because that's what it really feels like. And this kind of coinciding with all the other stuff that's, not going well for her career. Because there's definitely an imminent breakup coming for the two of them. Spirit saying if the industry would have lit him, if he would have gotten as popular as he wanted to be, because he always saw himself as basically the Beyonce of the Migos, if things had gone the way that he imagined them to in his career, and he hadn't been pushed to marry her for the PR sake of it all and being ordered by their handlers to do so, he would have left her a long time ago, is what Spirit's saying. He is not happy in that marriage. And he's been purposely doing things to try to force hands so that he can get out of that situation. Takeoff's death sort of delayed it, which, once again, you guys, I keep saying this. I'm going to say it without saying it because, my Patreons will get mad if I say too much, because obviously they pay for this information. But stop blaming Quavo for Takeoff's passing, because Quavo was the target, not Takeoff. And when it comes to the sacrificing things, who needed more help and needed more things to make that happen? It wasn't Quavo. But Offset and Cardi still sure had a lot that they were trying to get right with the industry and with their maker, Satan. So they had more that they're trying to hold on to and more they're trying to gain than anybody else. And we'll leave it at that. So, but anyways, that might have delayed things a bit, because it's like, okay, well, now I have to play my part of the grieving ex-Migo who is a family person and all of this, but Spirit's saying he's just downright annoyed by her. He doesn't enjoy spending time with her. He feels extremely trapped in that marriage. He's upset that his career isn't going the way that he thought it would. And so he seeks outlets outside of the home to try to make himself feel better. And that will come out and be exposed. And like I said, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a Barb that, oh, look, at your album dropped. Guess what? Your husband has a whole entire family, and we found out who they are and where they are and exposed all of that. So, but it'll definitely be during that. I mean, Atlantic is going to make her put out this album one way or another within a year from now. Spirit saying it literally could be any time between today, March 21st, 2023, and March 21st, 2024. But they're definitely on her. Get it out. She's trying to do everything she can not to because she's afraid. Because it's the ego thing too. I went so hard screaming from the rooftops about what a great artist I am and how I'm just the best and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And now everybody is going to drag me for absolute filth when if I don't perform to the same level that I was before. And Spirit is saying she's really realized, I thought maybe there was a little bit of help behind the scenes as far as payola stuff. I didn't realize the whole entire thing was a sham, basically. And now she's coming to that realization, and there's been talks from label execs of, we cannot do that for you again. We need to recoup the cost. This is how much you owe us. It's a humongous number. You're going to have to make that back for us. And her really having, you know, Oprah has her aha moments. Carlos is having an oh shit moment. So, I mean, it's just, we've got, like I said, it's almost like every bad card that you could get fell out of my deck when I was talking about her. And I thought I got some bad cards for the Kardashians because I did their reading first. But not knowing what's coming your way and not being happy about the outcome in any way, shape, or form. Not being able to make what used to work for you anymore. And we have the World card upside down. The world is no longer her oyster. So she better be careful. Also, the jail card came up, not for her, but where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Behind the Justice card, around off sheet also. I kind of set it aside because I was like, oh, maybe I should do a different reading on it, but I'll just answer it right now. There's something from his past that's coming back around that he's going to end up getting locked up for. It feels like, you know, with all of these different RICO cases and gang things that all of these people in the industry keep, you know, somehow getting themselves involved and caught up in. It feels like it's one of those types of situations where, okay, you wanted to get coal and get jumped into something because you thought it was going to help you. And even though you're not out there banging on a daily basis, we took your whole entire gang down and you were a part of it for something you did 10 years ago. Now you're going to have this big case to fight. So there's a lot of problems coming their way. And the thing is, Spirit saying, on top of all of it, it's not even like people just being like, oh, I'm not going to listen to your music because I hate you. Because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they still listen to R. Kelly. They still listen to certain people knowing you're a piece of garbage, but this song was good, so I'm not going to, like, sit there and not listen to it. I guarantee you there's a ton of garbage gang or whatever the hell her stands call themselves that still listen to Nicki songs secretly because they like them, even though they, like, sit there and profess to hate her guts online. But the thing is, the Spirit's saying, it's just going to be a bunch of songs that people are not interested in listening to. They're not hitting. Nobody likes it. You know, it's kind of like Chloe Bailey, which stay tuned. And that's turn your notifications on because I have a video I'm going to do after this on her career. But, you know, where it's just like she drops music and you're just like, okay, like you listen to the song and you're like, it's all right. But then you never listen to it again. And I feel like it's just going to be a whole album of the hot shit single over and over again where it's like, that was it? That's what you made everybody wait 9.5 million years for? So, I mean, you know, it's just, you should have made sure that you did what you needed to do when you had the opportunity, Cardi. But this is what being a horrible person and putting curses on people and telling people that, you know, because it's the thing that Spirit's saying too. It's not like she just has bad karma for what she did to Nikki. She has so much bad karma for what she's been doing to people, getting online and telling them that she hopes their mom dies and all the other horrible things that she said to people. You can't go around and be a jerk all the time and expect that at some point the universe isn't going to pay you back for it. So on top of not being talented enough anyways, because again, at the end of the day, yeah, R. Kelly's a horrible person, but he could sing. You can't. You don't have anything to write off of. So, you know, acting entitled and acting like a jackass to everybody when you don't have any talent to back yourself up did not work out well. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments, are you excited for this album to ever drop? And do you think that any of the songs are going to be good? And what do you think about Offset's whole disastrous mess of a life that he's created for himself too? Did any of this surprise you? Anyways, make sure you like the video, share if you care, comment, do all the YouTube-y things. Make sure you're subscribed because, like I said, I have a bunch of videos that I'm trying to get done right now. And I drop videos every single week. And if you wanted to get on the schedule or join the Patreon, follow me on Instagram, follow the backup channel, any of that stuff, all my information will be linked in the description box below. And I hope y'all have a good one.